On this fourth night of love and other debts, fate checks your browser history. This story is called Your Horoscope for the week of February 14.
Earlier this week, that person you loved in high school died. You know the one I mean. Yes, that one. You check their profile every once in a while? Married with 2 kids and a law practice? You could have been a lawyer's spouse, you often think. And then, of course, reprimand yourself for such thoughts, for making yourself into some kind of object a lawyer might possess. And let's be real, you never really had the makings of a sexy arm piece to begin with, which you can take as either a compliment or an insult, depending on your mood. And I predict you will feel both ways about it within the hour. They're dead anyway, and frankly, never would have married you to begin with. Did they ever talk to you in high school? I mean, really, think about it. There was that one time you pretended to be a surfer to get their attention. You took that one surfing class and then put a photo of you standing in your wetsuit next to a borrowed board along the Pacific somewhere, right on the front of your binder so they'd see it during history class. And sure, they did make a comment. But does that count? Anyway, yes, your high school crush is dead, and you never became a surfer, but that doesn't mean that's the end of your story. The funeral is this week, and you already know the name of the cemetery. It's in driving distance of where you are now. Actually, you're already driving there, and you don't even know why. You've stopped at some roadside diner to drink coffee and read this horoscope. But of course you know why. I know why, too. Because I've seen your string of failed romances flailing like roadkill behind you. And I've seen your search history and the crowbar you have in the trunk of your car. This would have been easier if they were buried whole. But no, it was cremation. You read that in the announcement for the funeral, and then deduced from some online threads that the family was scattering a portion of the ashes at the beach and then interring the rest in a mausoleum. You'll slip into the cemetery right after dusk and take a nap while perched on an out-of-order toilet in the public bathrooms while you wait for darkness to fall. You read about this cemetery, about how they have a reputation for cutting corners, especially for the cheap holes they set aside for the urns. You'll be able to pry the marble cover off, no problem. The cheap glue they use takes days to really settle. And what then will you do with the ashes? Half the ashes of this person who was never going to love you. Are you asking me because you truly don't know the workings of your own heart? The thing about horoscopes is that we read into them what we want to see. I know what you want to see, what you want me to tell you to do. You want permission, but you're not going to get it from me. This is what you'll do. First, you'll stick your fingers into the urn and lick one big chunk of ash and swallow it down. It's the ash of all the fingers of what used to be their right hand. And then you'll take the rest of the ashes and mix them with water and glue, and you'll shape them back into a version of their body. Not the one from high school, obviously, but the one you've seen in photos over the years on social media. You won't even have to open your phone for a reference because you already have a vision in your head, like a real artist. Look, you can see it now. This perfect match for you, the perfect dream of someone who maybe could have loved you under the right circumstances. Because you're missing some of the ashes, the strange clay you're sculpting will never coalesce into a whole. The thing will be missing a jawbone, one ear, half a head, and a left leg below the knee. And of course, those fingers you swallowed. but they are perfect all the same. You will drive this perfect and perfect someone to the beach, and they will dry on your front seat thanks to your roll-down windows and the freeway wind. On the beach, you'll sit together in that comfortable silence of the happy. And as the sun rises, you'll swear you hear their voice whistling through the space where the jawbone should be, and you'll promise your perfect someone that you'll take them to every beach on this coast or the other one to see if the rest of their ashes will find their way back together, so that your perfect someone will be whole again, so that you will both be whole together. Anyway, when I was meditating on your horoscope this week, I thought I'd just tell you to wait to buy chocolates until the after Valentine's sale. Good practical advice. I was going to tell you to be patient, to find the joy in being alone this holiday, a holiday you never really liked in the first place and was made up by a poet centuries ago. It is not sacred. There are few things truly sacred in this world. I was going to tell you to take the time this week to decide what is sacred to you. I don't know. Maybe you still can. I just know it wouldn't have stopped you, no matter what I said. Isn't that right? Don't answer that. I already know.
We hope tonight's story left you satisfied. When the hunger returns, you'll know where to find us.
You've been listening to Long Winter Nights, Love and Other Deaths, a horror story advent calendar. Your horoscope for the week of February 14th was written by Chelsea Sutton and read for you by Rose Portillo. The music was composed by Adrian Prevost, with sound mix by Austin Chase. Video editing was done by Matt Hill and Cody Derr. The opening narration was read for you by Alba Albanese. Love and Other Deaths was produced by Matt Hill, Chelsea Sutton, Sanaye, Dring, and Lyndsey Stogdill. Executive producer meriko, borogove. Long Winter Nights was co-created by Matt Hill, Chelsea Sutton, and Sanaye, Dring. Copyright 2026. To learn more about our team and where you can hear more of these tales, visit longwinternights.com.